Hi everyone, welcome back and welcome if you're new here. My name is Megan and I love creating content, sharing my business journey, finding confidence, and just finally going after my dream life. As a business owner, content creator, social media manager, and coach, time management is by far one of the most difficult parts of being in business. And if you're interested in learning my tips for time management, then just keep watching. One of the things that I notice about myself is just how much more I get done and how much more productive I am, and even a little bit happier when I wake up nice and early. So I'm somebody who likes to be up in that like 5 to 6 a.m. range. But the weird thing is that I'm also like a real night owl. Love late nights. I will end up staying up until like 2 a.m. sometimes, whether it's working or just getting into like a Netflix series or whatever it is. So really having to shift my sleeping pattern is something that I deal with quite often actually. One of my favorite tools to help me get back on track and quit hitting that snooze button is the Alarmy app. And this app is really cool. It has a bunch of different features that you can use, but essentially you have to finish some sort of task or challenge before your alarm will turn off. So I really like the one that makes me answer math questions. You can set like different difficulties, so you really have to concentrate and get your brain working right away. Another cool thing would be to use the barcode portion, and you could put it on like your coffee or your coffee creamer, so you actually have to get physically up out of bed, scan that barcode, and then you're off to your morning coffee. This tool is really effective and something that I find myself going back to over and over again. Next up is Toggl, and Toggl is a really amazing free program where you can track your hours, you can track your time. Not only is it really great for client work, but also in terms of just taking like a true audit of how you spend your day. And I'll sometimes do this both for work and for personal. And in terms of work, it is also a really great tool to help you figure out how much time you're putting in all of these different areas. What things are just sucking the most time, and are these things that you could then maybe look at outsourcing? I can also get really obsessive about my own content, so it kind of helps me keep focused and keep in line with how much time I'm spending where. Maybe sometimes it is better to hire out for a photographer and have somebody help me with that and be able to bust out a month's worth of content in 2 hours rather than me fiddling around for hours at a time trying to get the perfect shot on my own. This next tool I didn't even know was a thing until just recently. I was actually looking up other apps that I could use in order to do this, and then realized that the iPhone has it. So I'm assuming this is a universal iPhone feature, but I have the 11 Max Pro, and I've been utilizing this a whole lot, and basically it locks you out of your apps. This feature is called Downtime, and I've talked a little bit before about how I really try not to go on social media, not to check my emails and that kind of thing right in the morning, and then also really trying to log off at a certain point at the night, so I'm not either mindlessly scrolling or just getting locked in kind of work mode. It's also really great if you're just not feeling super motivated or you're having trouble focusing, and so you can set different time parameters that it'll turn on every day, and then sometimes I'll tweak that throughout the day and just set it for a couple hours if I'm really needing to like smash out some work. It also lets you adjust which apps it locks you out of, so sometimes I will turn on or off like my text messages or my emails, just depending on what I'm working on. One thing to keep in mind if you do try out the Alarmy app is to make sure that you have allowed that app. I learned the hard way that if you have that on the downtime setting, then the alarm will not go off and you won't get the benefit of the Alarmy app. But another great thing about this feature is that you can actually bypass the lockout. So when you click on the app, it'll say, do you want 1 more minute or remind me in 15 minutes, or you can ignore for the remainder of the day. So I find that's really beneficial, like at nighttime. If I do end up just wanting to go on social media for a minute and scroll around, it'll pop up and remind me and kind of kick me off after that 15 minutes. Lastly, we have another MacBook feature, and this is called night mode. And essentially what I'll do is set this for a certain time so that the blue light on my laptop slowly starts to turn into more of like an orange. We know the negative effect of blue light and especially how this can affect your sleeping patterns. And so not only is this better for my eyes, but it's also a reminder again of the time. It kind of signals to my brain and my body that it's time to shut down for the day and get ready for sleep. So this is something that I just recently started implementing. So I hope you liked this video and that you found these tools helpful. If you've used any of these yourself, let me know down below, or let us know if you have any particular apps or tips that you like to use for your time management. If you don't follow me on Instagram, check me out at Megan Krepikevich. I really like to share a lot about my day and mindset and different habit work that I'm doing. I'm also doing weekly lives where I share social media tips, how to grow your audience, strategy. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. Maybe share it with a friend who also needs some time management help. Other than that, I hope you're all doing so well, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye guys!